What is reading the tape, right? Reading the tape, whenever I say that, reading the tape, guys, is reading order flow, right? Before, going way back, before we had beautiful charts, beautiful clouds, beautiful levels and zones and candlesticks, all we had was this. Could you imagine showing up live together and just reading this? That suck. So very thankful for charts, guys, but it is very important to understand what creates charts, right? What creates candles? What creates support and resistance? Because again, these things, guys, are stopping at certain levels for very apparent reasons. All this game is, guys, is a game of buying and selling, right? Transactions, orders. That's all it is. So as traders, we can actually get a glimpse of that underneath the surface, right? Instead of just watching the candle, we can actually focus on what's creating these candles, or quote unquote, what's going to stop the candle or help the candle. So just to give you a brief introduction here, guys, I do have some material out there that truly teaches it in detail. There's two parts to tape, guys, and you can really access this on pretty much every broker, but for thinkorswim, it's going to be on the side of your tab, and the first side is going to be time of sales, which essentially, guys, is going to show you this right part. This is going to show you every single order that is going through, right, on the equity. So again, you can see, guys, someone just bought 4 shares of Apollo at 607.28. All right, someone sold 3 shares, bought 20 shares. Someone just sold 200 shares. Someone just sold 100, and the stock's going lower, right? So this is the order flow. These are the transactions that have actually happened. Very important, because we want to see the size, etc. What's equally important, guys, and honestly, I like to hold a little bit more weight to it, is this bottom part here, right? So when I say the word tape, it means time of sales, and it means level 2. So level 2, guys, is essentially what you could picture as the floor, right? The exchange, all the people, that are in the pits of Wall Street bidding, right? That's what level 2 is. These are the buyers that are ready and willing to buy Palo Alto in the price and the size that they're willing to do so. And then the opposite side, guys, is the sellers, where they're willing to sell and the amount that they are willing, or as of right now, have up to sell, right? So down below is our auction, and right here is the results. Does that make sense, guys? So again, what do we do with this information? What we do with this information, guys, is as stocks start to, near major key levels, because remember, major key levels are just created by these people underneath the surface. When we get to major levels, we want to, quote unquote, look underneath the hood, right? Pull up the tape and see what's going on. So again, guys, I don't recommend to watch tape the entire time, because it's going to drive you absolutely insane, because there's going to be millions and millions and millions of orders all day. But what I do recommend is when you get to major key levels to start to watch the tape, because again, that level was created by somebody, and therefore they have a vested interest. And that's why key levels, guys, are so important. So what we can pull from the bottom of this tape, guys, is when we start to near key levels, I like to kind of visualize it and speak about it as, what does the stock have to deal with, right? It gives you a very basic picture. All this is, guys, is traveling, right? And in order for us to get through certain levels, that's what I mean by, what does the stock have to deal with? And when I say, what do we have to deal with, that means, guys, what sellers and buyers do we have to get through? What size orders do we have to get through? So an example of this, guys, was yesterday, right? Where we had 600 as a very large level. It was all-time high. So again, you don't need to know that. You can just see it on a chart. And when you get there, you should start watching the tape. So yesterday, guys, when we had ran to 600 and kissed it, there were some big sellers stacked right here, which caused it to pull all the way back. And then when it worked its way through it, guys, there really wasn't any big sellers. And so in my mind, I keep holding Pan W with a good chance that we break through that 600. And then once we break through that 600, we want to see the buyers now start to hold that key level. So we pull back to 600 and we start to hold. But you're going to, again, start to see what's coming next. And when we had broken through the 600, a very big seller popped up on the tape at 605, right? He placed his order there to go get filled. And so that now becomes, quote unquote, what we have to deal with, right? And so when we get to it, guys, we watch the tape, we can see them chewing his orders, and we get through it and hold 605. So this is the only way, guys, that stocks are gonna quote unquote progress is by taking orders. That's how these stocks move. So again, we get to major levels, we want to see what we're dealing with. So back to today, guys, right? There's obviously something stopping us here at the 609 level. And so ideally, we want to see and try to find that on the tape so we know exactly what price it's at. We know exactly how much he wants to sell. And then we can start to see if we're getting through that order. Right, guys? It's like you got to chew through it. You got to, knock that wall over, whatever analogy helps it click. And so this morning, when I was watching the tape, somebody placed a very large order before the market even opened up above at 615. So the last thing I'll teach you guys on tape here is how to read it. Where when the size is on time of sales, that's the actual size. So again, this is 198 shares. This is 3 shares. You can easily do the math. But over here, guys, you got to do a little bit of math. It's not 2 shares to sell. It's actually 200 shares to sell. Whatever this is, guys, times it by 100. So again, the seller that was willing to sell at 615 had about 14 on the ask. So again, it's not 14. It's what? It's 1,400 shares at a price of 615. So again, guys, this is how stock market works. Somebody wants to sell $861,000 worth of their Palo Alto stock, and they're placing that price at 615. If and when we get there and that seller is still there needs to be enough buyers that want to accumulate 800,000 worth of this stock to get through that key level. And that, guys, is why tape is so important. So again, just a quick introduction here, guys. Wow, just saw some huge buyers flash. So that's a quick introduction, guys. I hope that makes sense. So again, if we do start to work our way back to these levels, we want to see what we truly have to deal with. Where if we see a 50 on the ask, well, we probably won't get through this, guys. Where again, if you start to hit a key level and the seller gets a little bit weaker, you take some of the orders, that's how you chew through levels, then break through them, right? That's how big breakouts happen. And that's where big levels get defended, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, guys, again, that's the essence of trading. And again, I know it can seem like rocket science. It's moving very fast, but that's what moves stocks, guys. And that is why it can stop at a certain level, because somebody is trying to sell, right? Because again, guys, picture us as if we were a firm together and we, had a massive sell order at 610. The only way this game can work is if there's now enough people to take that entire order, right? Because either we have to get completely filled or we have to stop selling. Where if we don't completely get filled, we're not letting it through until we're done. And therefore, we need to see some buyers, or again, this can just continue to see selling pressure. So I hope that helps, guys. I know it can be a little confusing at first, but if you just start to watch tape and really understand what it is, it can be awesome.
Hey, Focus Chain here with Simpler Trading. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss anything that we do. And if you want to see us trade our money live in real time, go to simplertrading.com and you can sign up for more. But happy trading, guys. Stay focused. I'll talk to you in the next video.